Top 11 Vitamin B12 Foods for Energy, Brain Health. Complete Guide. Your energy levels and brain health might depend on this one crucial vitamin, and most people aren't getting enough. Let's talk about vitamin B12, the unsung hero of nerve function, metabolism, and emotional balance. But here's the catch. While it's essential for survival, your body can't produce it on its own. The good news? It's hiding in plain sight across a variety of delicious foods. Whether you're a steak lover, seafood enthusiast, or plant-based warrior. Let's cut through the noise and explore 11 powerhouse sources that'll supercharge your health. Plus, we'll tackle the burning questions you didn't even know to ask. The B12 All-Stars you need to know. 1. Clams, the ocean's multivitamin. Shellfish lovers, rejoice. Registered dietitian Lauren Maneker reveals that just 3 ounces of clams deliver a jaw-dropping 17 milligrams of B12, over 700% of your daily needs. But here's where it gets interesting. Clams also pack iron, creating a dynamic duo for fighting fatigue and building healthy blood cells. 2. Beef chicken liver, nature's overachiever. Organ meats aren't exactly trendy, but Maneker calls liver a nutritional cheat code. A single serving contains 70.7 milligrams of B12. Yes, nearly 3,000% of your daily value. It's loaded with vision-protecting vitamin A and blood-building iron. 3. Salmon, the brain's best friend. Celebrities and nutritionists alike obsess over salmon for good reason. Beyond its 2.6 milligrams of B12 per serving, it's swimming with omega-3s, a combo that protects your heart and sharpens your mind. Pro tip: wild-caught varieties often outperform farmed in nutrient density. 4. Trout, the underrated superfish, often overshadowed by salmon. Trout delivers 4.6 milligrams of B12 per fillet. Maneker praises its anti-inflammatory omega-3s, making it a smart choice for arthritis sufferers or anyone fighting brain fog. 5. Tuna, the protein powerhouse. That lunchtime tuna sandwich, it's doing more than filling you up. 3 ounces provide 2.5 mcg of B12. But here's the debate. Should we prioritize smaller fish like skipjack to avoid mercury concerns? 6. Eggs, the breakfast game changer. At 0.5 mcg per large egg, these aren't the strongest B12 source, but their versatility makes them a weekday hero. Pair them with spinach for iron absorption, or scramble with nutritional yeast for a vegan-friendly boost. 7. Dairy milk, not just for bones. 1 cup of 2% milk delivers 1.3 mcg of B12, plus vitamin D and calcium. Critical note: pasteurized only. Raw milk risks outweigh any potential benefits. 8. Yogurt, gut health meets energy boost. 6 ounces of plain yogurt equals 1 mcg of B12 plus probiotics. Choose unsweetened versions to avoid sugar crashes that counteract B12's energizing effects. 9. Sardines, tiny fish, big impact. The tinned fish trend isn't just Instagram hype. 1 tin offers 8.22 micrograms of B12. They're like nature's multivitamin, says Maneker, praising their calcium and omega-3 content. 10. Lean beef, more than muscle fuel. Beyond its protein punch, 3 ounces of lean beef provides 2.4 micrograms of B12. Food for thought. Can grass-fed varieties offer additional benefits? Emerging research suggests yes. 11. Nutritional yeast, the vegan secret weapon. This cheesy-flavored sprinkle packs 8.3 to 24 micrograms of B12 per quarter cup. Perfect for popcorn, pasta, or roasted veggies, but check labels, as not all brands fortify equally. The B12 breakdown. What you're really getting. Energy production. B12 helps convert food into cellular fuel. Mood regulation. It assists in serotonin production, your happy hormone. Heart protection. Teams with folate to lower homocysteine, a cardiac risk factor. DNA duty. Critical for genetic material synthesis. Daily needs demystified. Adults need 2.4 to 2.8 milligrams daily, says Mount Sinai's Samantha Dieris. Pregnant? Aim for 2.6 milligrams. Breastfeeding? Bump to 2.8 milligrams. But here's what most people miss. Absorption issues, common in older adults, might require higher intake. Supplement smarts. While whole foods reign supreme, Maneker notes that supplements become crucial for vegans, vegetarians, those with pernicious anemia, anyone on acid reflux meds. They reduce B12 absorption. The controversy corner. Hot take. With plant-based diets rising, should we be fortifying more foods with B12? And why does the medical community still underestimate B12 deficiency symptoms like brain fog and numbness? Your turn. Do you prioritize B12-rich foods or rely on supplements? Have you experienced energy crashes that improved with B12? Drop your thoughts below. We're all ears. Still hungry for wellness insights? Pitch your burning questions to beauty@vogue.com. 7 brain-boosting vegan foods to clear mental fog. Have you ever felt like your mind was shrouded in a thick fog, making it hard to concentrate? I certainly did, until I discovered 7 incredible vegan foods that transformed my mental clarity. It's fascinating how a few simple changes in your diet can have a more profound impact on your focus than any productivity hack you might find. A few years back, I began to notice a troubling trend. My ability to concentrate was diminishing. I would sit down to tackle a task, only to find myself rereading the same sentence multiple times. My brain felt sluggish, as if it were buffering, cloudy, slow, and disorganized. Initially, I attributed this mental haze to stress, lack of sleep, and excessive screen time. However, even after making adjustments to my lifestyle, the fog persisted. It wasn't until I started to scrutinize my eating habits, not just in terms of healthiness, but also in terms of their cognitive benefits, that I began to see a change. As someone who adheres to a plant-based diet and has a background in data analysis, I decided to take a closer look at my food choices. I delved into research on nutrition and its effects on cognitive function, meticulously tracking my meals to identify any patterns. To my surprise, I found that certain foods significantly enhanced my mental clarity, alertness, and overall cognitive sharpness, and they were all vegan. Here are 7 brain-boosting plant-based foods that helped me clear the fog and sharpen my thinking. Each of these foods is supported by scientific research and can be easily incorporated into your daily routine. 1. Walnuts. Let's kick things off with a powerhouse, walnuts. These nuts are packed with ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that is crucial for maintaining brain health. Omega-3s are essential for building and protecting brain cell membranes, supporting neurotransmitter function, and reducing inflammation. A study from UCLA found that individuals who consumed more walnuts had better cognitive function, particularly in areas like memory, concentration, and processing speed. I keep a jar of toasted walnuts on my kitchen counter and often toss a handful into my oatmeal, salads, or homemade granola. This small addition has made a surprisingly significant impact on my mental clarity. 2. Blueberries. If I had to choose a single food that serves as an entry point into the world of eating for mental clarity, it would undoubtedly be blueberries. These little berries are brimming with flavonoids, potent antioxidants that shield the brain from oxidative stress and enhance communication between brain cells. Research indicates that regular consumption of blueberries can boost executive function and working memory, particularly in older adults. Personally, I love adding them to my smoothies or snacking on them frozen. They're essentially brain food disguised as a delicious treat. 3. Done. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are like nature's own nootropic blend. They are rich in magnesium, iron, zinc, and copper, minerals that play vital roles in mood regulation, nerve signaling, and overall brain performance. Zinc, in particular, is crucial for cognitive function and memory. What I appreciate most about pumpkin seeds is their versatility. I often toast them with a splash of tamari and sesame oil for a savory topping, or blend them into vegan pesto for a unique twist. 4. Fermented foods. This one might come as a surprise, but the evidence is compelling. The gut and brain are intricately linked through what's known as the gut-brain axis, meaning that the health of your microbiome can influence not only digestion, but also your mood and mental clarity. Probiotic-rich fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, tempeh, and vegan yogurt help maintain this balance. A 2022 study published in Frontiers in Nutrition found that consuming fermented foods may alleviate anxiety symptoms and enhance cognitive performance, likely due to their positive effects on gut health and inflammation. I now aim to include at least one fermented item in my daily meals, whether it's tempeh in a stir-fry or a scoop of miso in my soup. This subtle change has significantly improved my focus and steadiness throughout the day. 5. Dark leafy greens. You've likely heard this advice before, but it bears repeating. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and chard are incredibly beneficial. They are loaded with vitamin K, folate, and lutein, all of which are associated with slower cognitive decline and enhanced mental sharpness. A study from Rush University Medical Center found that individuals who consumed just one serving of leafy greens daily had brain function comparable to someone 11 years younger. That statistic alone was enough to convince me to incorporate more greens into my diet. Nowadays, I add them to everything, sautéing them into tofu scrambles, blending them into smoothies, or tossing them into soups just before serving. They're easy to disguise if you're not fond of their taste, but I've grown to enjoy their slight bitterness. 6. Chia seeds. These tiny seeds pack a powerful punch. Chia seeds are an excellent source of ALA omega-3s, fiber, and plant-based protein. Their true superpower lies in their ability to stabilize blood sugar levels, which directly impacts focus and energy. When your blood sugar dips in the afternoon, your brain is often the first to feel the effects. I started making chia pudding with berries and cinnamon for breakfast, and I noticed a marked improvement in my concentration throughout the day. Plus, they keep you feeling full without weighing you down, allowing you to transition smoothly from meal to meeting without losing your momentum. 7. Matcha. Research published in Nutrition Research indicates that matcha may enhance attention and reaction time. As someone who once relied heavily on cold brew coffee, I can attest that matcha has been a game changer for me. It still provides a caffeine boost, but thanks to its high L-theanine content, the energy comes in a smoother, more sustained manner. L-theanine promotes alertness while calming the nervous system, so you feel sharp without the jitters. Now, I whisk up a matcha latte with oat milk in the mornings and save espresso for when I really need a quick burst of energy. What made the biggest difference? The key to my transformation wasn't merely adding these foods to my diet. It was about consistently swapping them in with intention. Instead of mindless snacking, I developed small habits: walnuts in the morning, greens at lunch, chia pudding for breakfast, and matcha in the afternoon. These minor adjustments led to significant ripple effects. Beneficial outcomes of the altering production process. I didn't overhaul my entire diet overnight. I introduced one or two new foods at a time, observed how I felt, and gradually built from there. Within a few weeks, the mental fog began to dissipate. I wasn't transformed into a superhuman, but I was certainly more alert. My thoughts no longer felt like they were stuck in traffic. I could concentrate for longer periods, switch tasks more efficiently, and complete my workday without feeling mentally exhausted. Bigger than brain fog. Why this matters. While achieving mental clarity is undoubtedly important, there's a larger narrative at play. The foods that promote brain health also tend to be beneficial for the planet. According to a report from the UN Climate Action, Adopting a plant-forward diet is one of the most effective strategies for reducing global greenhouse gas emissions and conserving water. Therefore, this journey isn't just about enhancing our cognitive abilities. It's about improving our lives and the world we inhabit every day. It's about making food choices that not only clear our minds, but also lessen our environmental impact. Final thoughts. If you've been experiencing mental fog, resist the urge to reach for another cup of coffee. Instead, take a step back and examine what's on your plate. You don't need a complete dietary overhaul. A few strategic swaps can make a world of difference. Foods that nourish your mind while aligning with your values and the health of our planet. Ultimately, the clearest thinking stems from nourishing yourself well and doing so with purpose. What's your plant-powered archetype? Have you ever pondered what your daily habits reveal about your deeper purpose and how they ripple out to affect the planet? This quick 90-second quiz will unveil the plant-powered role you're meant to play and the small shift that can amplify your impact. With just 12 fun questions, you'll receive instant results that are surprisingly accurate.